favorite jingles there. First from Milestones, now Meal Prep Monday. Yeah, Seanna Thomas is here for Meal Prep Monday, and she's sharing squash recipes. And I got to tell you, this time of year, this makes me very happy. I don't love the cool down, but I love the things that warm you up from inside.
Yeah.
And the flavors of fall. Oh,
I
so
know.
good.
This is my favorite. I love squash because there's so many different varieties of it. You can cook it in so many different ways. And there's so many nutrients in squash too. It's so good for you.
I love it. Some of my favorite recipes my mom used to make. I forget what kind of squash it was, but
was it stuffed?
She stuffed and with brown sugar and all kinds of things. Probably taking away the nutritional content.
Well, whatever. I mean, a little column A, a little column B, you're
Yeah.
good. But that was probably an acorn squash. So acorn squash, I love. They usually have a dark green skin on them. You can actually eat the skin, which is really cool.
Oh, wow.
But they are so delicious, great for roasting and for stuffing.
Yes.
One of my favorites is over here. This is a kabocha squash, and they're massive. They have a dark orange flesh. They're really sweet and nutty. So good in a soup. Kabocha, yeah, and they are absolutely delicious. A little bit drier than, say, a butternut squash or something like that. But I love that because they make such a hearty and amazing soup. So good. And over here we have our butternut. So everybody loves a butternut squash. Makes the most delicious soup. So this one I've made here doesn't have any cream or anything in it. Really classic flavors. I did do a curried butternut squash.
Okay, wow.
So I love adding a little bit of curry, some turmeric, some chili powder, chili peppers in there as well. Little kick. And this you can make creamy if you want. Go ahead, dive in. You can make it creamy by adding actual cream, or you can add a can of coconut milk if you don't have dairy, and it makes it extra.
It's a little thick, and it's warm, and it's
I know.
A little sweet
and it just
and
warms
spicy.
you. It really does warm you from the inside out. Love a butternut squash soup, and there's so many different varieties. I like to sort of top it with some of these pumpkin seeds, which I know it's not pumpkin, but isn't that nice? Yeah, and really, really great. You can top it with like a whipping cream or Greek yogurt. Of course.
You know me.
But yeah, I absolutely love it as a really nice warm soup. You can make a huge batch of it and take it for lunch. Love, love, love it. Another couple varieties of squash we have over here. This one's called a delicata squash.
Okay, I've never heard of
Yeah,
these
also
things.
known as a potato squash or sweet potato squash. It's really mild in flavor, but really creamy. So these are really good to stuff as well.
Okay, wow.
You can cut them in half, roast, scoop out the seeds, and then stuff those as well. You can eat this skin too, though. So I actually cut it into rings, and then I'll pan fry it and make it into.
Chewy. You can just.
No, it's so good. Like so good. I mean, I could talk about squash all day.
So could I.
But the last squash we're going to talk about today is spaghetti squash. So we have one here in front of you.
This is my favorite.
I love spaghetti squash. Does not taste like spaghetti at all.
But it has the fibrous nature.
But it has like the strands out of it. So this one I can show you here. I actually roast it with the seeds in. So cut it in half, throw it in the oven.
Okay.
Really, really easy, because then everything just comes right out. It's that easy to just take all the seeds right out of it. Okay, and then you take a fork, and all you do is work the sides like that, and it makes these delicious, amazing, like spaghetti strands. Isn't that cool?
So you can play with your food, and that's
You can play with your food.
I'm okay with that.
But what I also, so you can take this out, you can saute it, you can put, tomato sauce and stuff on top of it and eat it like spaghetti. What I like to do to make it even more enticing, especially as a family, is make these pizza bowls. So
yes, I was going to say it looks like a pizza.
I know, isn't that cool? So it's already in a bowl.
Wow.
All I do is I add in, this is like sauteed onion and garlic. So I like to really flavor the actual spaghetti squash itself. I add some Parmesan cheese. So we mix all that in there really, really well. And then all you do is top it like you would a pizza with that sauce. All right.
Wow.
Sauce, cheese, and then some little bit of pepperoni. Put it in the broiler, and you have these beautiful little bowls.
I want to do that, and I will do that, and I think I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so simple, right?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Seanna. You've given us some great, and I got to know kombucha.
Yeah, kombucha with
more kombucha.
delicata.